So today we're going to talk about our study, EAP Learning Support for Bilingual University Students, Learning Needs and Tutoring Strategies. So first of all, I would like to give a brief background of this study. So as all the presenter mentioned, the bigger context of the study is focused on this bilingual nation policy. So for Taiwanese universities, a lot of them are offering increasing numbers of EMI courses. So the next question is, are our students ready to take EMI courses in terms of their readiness of using English as a medium or to learn or to understand the course content? So a lot of the studies call for language learning scaffolding in Taiwan, especially focusing on oral and written performances. So in order to succeed in the EMI courses, there are two
kinds of... Miss Zhang, your slide is not moving.
It's not working?
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
Can you see the slide now?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Then I'll just present this way. Okay, so, so back to the learning scaffolding. There are two types of learning scaffolding that are needed in order to take the EMI courses. The first part is about field-specific knowledge, and the other part is about English abilities. And this kind of English abilities is not just about for general purposes, but for academic purposes. So like using English to write papers. So so today we're going to focus on like how to have like the EAP learning support and how this kind of learning support can ease our students into EMI courses. So previous studies show that one effective way to help students to learn the EMI, to meet EMI learning needs is through EAP tutoring. So previous studies also show that students' EAP learning needs in Taiwan, like English academic writing, for example, they need to write essay and summary in English for EMI course assignments. And a lot of studies also show that it is important to identify the EAP tutoring strategies so that we can facilitate tutor training and eventually benefit student learning. So these two factors are really important to help us to understand how we can help our students to learn in those EMI courses. However, few studies have conducted in Taiwan's context. So that is why we would like to do a further investigation focusing on the students' EAP learning needs and also the EAP tutoring strategies in Taiwan. So the study was conducted at Center for Academic Literacy, or how we refer as CAL. So we offer different kinds of EAP learning support, but today we're going to share data with you just focusing on academic writing tutoring. So just a brief introduction of our English academic writing tutoring at CAL. So basically students can book 1 hour long session to kind of talk about their writing project with our tutors, and then they have to fill in the satisfaction survey, and then the tutors will fill in the client report. So for the data that we collected data from 1 month from last semester and the first month of this semester. So the data is still ongoing. We're still collecting more data based on throughout the semester. So in this particular study, we focus on the 92 writing sessions during this time period. So we collected quantitative data and also qualitative data to answer the 2 research questions. So we got registration forms, appointment forms, satisfaction survey, administrative records, and for qualitative data, we have client reports and tutoring meeting field notes. So we did mixed method analysis, like we did raw data analysis, percentage, and for qualitative data, we identified common themes through different qualitative methods, such as looking for descriptive codes. So the findings to answer the first research question about students' EAP tutoring needs. So first of all, we have 54 students participated in the English academic writing tutoring sessions. And all the students were coming from all 9 different colleges at NTNU. So the majority of students were from science, education, liberal arts colleges. And most of them were master's students. And more than half of the students had CEFR B2 or higher English proficiency certificates. The students also reported their self-rated English academic writing abilities, and the results show that they were not that confident in their English academic writing abilities before going into the writing sessions. However, they did report that they have a high demand for English academic writing support. And we also asked students to understand students' motivation to come to our session. And a lot of the students reported that they would like to work on thesis and dissertation writing throughout the sessions. And also they had needs to work on different genres like class reports, assignments, journal articles. And students also would like to focus on different writing issues like sentence level question, organization and structure, grammar, and also word choice. And students also reported their satisfaction feedback. So students were highly satisfied with our tutoring service as well as our tutors. So to answer the second research question about EAP tutoring strategies, so I think the most salient finding throughout the client report is that our tutors really engage our students into a collaboration or a teamwork kind of form of interaction. So this is not just one-way knowledge transmission throughout the process, but more like they're working on this project together. So a lot of time we let the students to express their ideas, and then our tutors would build onto that and kind of talk them out about how to solve the problems. So we also identified 4 EAP tutoring strategies based on our tutors' responses. So the first one is to identify writing issues and then ask clarification questions and demonstrate ways to solve problems. And eventually, some of them would encourage students to practice solving writing issues. So based on the 4 strategies, you can tell there's a lot of active participation needed from the tutees. And tutors also reported they would have different kinds of strategies when meeting new, and students keep booking their own sessions. So if they're meeting new tutees, a lot of them would share general English academic writing guidelines and studying skills if they don't have like a complete draft. And then if they have students keep booking their own sessions or having this kind of consecutive sessions, they usually provide more specific guidelines tailored to that student's need. So here's one example from one of our tutors working with the same tutee over time. So basically, the tutor would identify the purpose or the motivation for the students to come into the session, and then tell them and share a lot of different strategies with them and monitor their previous progress and provide new teaching strategies throughout the process. And the tutor also shared a lot of tutoring resources throughout the process, focusing on like vocabulary, for example, like dictionary or like academic terms. And also they talked about like using collocation tools such as Lingo or Oxford collocation, and also some kind of grammar checker to help them identify writing issues, and literature and references. And also some of them use online collaborative tools such as Jamboard or Google Document to kind of for students to kind of clarify their ideas. And also the tutors talked about the importance of using visual organizers. So here's one example of how the resource can be conducted. So for example, the tutors can identify different writing issues through different colors, and then show them how to solve that problem and ask the students to kind of correct the problem on their own. So for the discussion part, to answer the first research question, we found that students have high demand for EAP tutoring sessions, and students also reported that they feel they improve their academic writing abilities after participating in the sessions. And then this kind of responds to the call for EAP learning scaffolding in Taiwan, especially outside of the classroom context. And to answer the second research questions, we do found that students have diverse needs, but our tutors are able to develop different EAP tutoring strategies especially through teamwork. And a lot of resources were provided to help students to really identify the purpose of the documents. So here's the implication of our studies. Like one major implication of the study is the importance of tutor training and tutoring procedures. So the finding can really help us to identify the main strategies and help us for future training. And this kind of procedures can be keep developing throughout the time. So the final remark of this study is that we do find that students have high demand for the EAP learning support. And the ultimate goal for EAP tutoring is to really facilitate students to become independent writers by working with a proficient writing partner, but not having an expert to work for them. So this really echoes our vision at the center. And so this will be my final remark of the presentation. And Dr. Liao, do you want to add anything to the presentation?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I want to say something quickly before we end this presentation. The research results we reported today are only about academic writing tutoring, and the time period of data collection was limited to about 2 months. And actually, our center also provides academic speaking consultations to students at NTNU for the whole semester. So we will continue collecting data at our center, expanding the scale of our study to include both writing and speaking tutoring data. And hopefully, we can share more comprehensive research findings with you in the future. Thank you.